Hello, everyone. Good evening to you, and welcome to another promising session on price action based technical analysis. In this session, we will be diving into the GBPUSD chart using trend lines and chart patterns to make informed trading decision based on historical price movement ahead of the new week. And since this is going to be a follow up detail to my previous analysis, I would like to share with you some of the key moments we had during the course of last week's trading session as we were able to scoop in a significant amount of profit on this pair. So, talking about last week's trading session, this was my first commentary at the beginning of the week where we identified a simple flat channel where price action was initially ranging between the 1.23580 level and the 1.23400 area, which happened to be our key level for the week. And we were looking out for buying opportunity if price action breaks out of the 1.23580, while we look out for more opportunities to add more position at the breakout of the 1.2375. And this was what happened. We saw how price action moved in our favor. And as soon as we got into the 1.243, we began to see sell pressure resume in the market. And I think on Tuesday, we had a simple setup that will guide our trading activity as we were able to spot a simple reversal pattern on the 15 minutes time frame during our YouTube morning live session. And with the situation we had here, we anticipated price action breaking out of the zone to trigger another opportunity to buy the GBP USD. And as you can see, we saw the breakout of structure, a little bit of rejection of that area, and price action continued to the upside, giving us more opportunities to buy the GBP USD. Then another key moment didn't come until, okay, for instance, on the 2nd of June, we had our TP target hit here. And following the TP target hit, we had a very interesting setup ahead of the NFP data, where we had price action ranging between the 1.254 and the 1.252. And with the situation here, we were anticipating either a breakout or breakdown for a trading opportunity. So we saw the breakdown of the structure after the NFP data came in positive for the dollar. And at that moment, we had a sell position triggered and we closed the week on a very strong bearish note. For those who would like to take a look at these commentaries and see how we took advantage of these opportunities, well, I will be dropping the link in the comment section of this video so that you can have it as a reference point. And for those who are watching from my YouTube channel, you will be seeing the link at the top right hand side of your screen. So, with that being said, let's dive right into the business for today. And what we are going to be looking at here is the 4 hours time frame. And I was able to identify a simple setup here, which I think we can use to guide our trading activity for this week. So what I did here on the 4 hours time frame was to take into consideration price action activity since the beginning of the month of May, and I was able to identify these key levels and trend lines that we are going to be using for this week. So the first thing you will observe on the 4 hours time frame is the fact that price action has been bearish throughout the course of the month of May. And to further emphasize the strength of the sellers, I have a couple of trend lines here to emphasize the bearish momentum. So we have the major trend line, which is a thick red line on your screen. And I also have the second trend line here, which is the light bearish trend line you will find here. And you can see how price action had consistently found lower highs within this old structure. But something interesting happened during the later part of last week after price action dropped into that zone around the 1.2330 level. And what we saw here was quite interesting as we saw buy pressure resume, negating all attempt by the sellers to break down that structure. So with that situation here, I had a demand zone identified and coupled with the bullish trend line here after connecting the series of higher lows, we have a new structure to guide our a potential bullish move to the upside. Then, in addition to this trend line here, is a key level which I was able to situate at the 1.2440 area, which this level has served as a major determinant of price action throughout the course of the month of May. We saw how this level at one point was a buying niche, as you can see here, and at one point it was serving as a selling niche, as you saw. And during the second half of last week, we saw our price action broke out that level and also broke out of the bearish trend line to emphasize the strength of the buyers at this point. And going into the new week right now, and judging for what happened during the last week trading session, we saw our price action is back into the key level we identified earlier. So at this point, you would agree with me that we are at a critical point in the market where anything could actually happen. And if it so happens that price action continue to find buy pressure above the structure, like a double bottom structure, we are likely going to be looking out for more buying opportunities in this market. And in fact, that level also shares a confluence with this trend line that I was able to identify here. So above the 1.2440 level should be an opportunity to buy the GBPUSD, while a further breakout of the 1.255 will be welcoming more buying position in this market. However, if price action drops below the key level at the 1.2440 area with continued selling pressure, this will welcome a sell position. But there is a caveat to the setup, as remember we have a trend line here which has been guiding this bullish momentum since the second half of last week, where we want to see how price action will be reacting to the structure to determine if we are going to be adding more sell position if price action breaks down the level, or we are going to be getting ready to buy if we start seeing buy pressure above the structure. So these are the few things I'm going to be looking at ahead of the new week. But trust me, I will always be with you in the comment section of both my trading view and telegram platform to give you an update as at when due. Then, in as much as we are having a technical perspective to this current market structure, I also want us to keep tabs with the fundamental aspect of the market. And what I did here was to spool out a couple of high impact events that we are going to be looking forward to this week. And what we have here for next week, hold on a second. I think I want to. So next week here, I was able to spool out. I think we only have one single high impact event from the US docket, and this is coming on the 5th of June. That is on Monday, and that is the ISM Services PMI, which is another high impact event that majority in the market will be looking forward to. And this might likely set the pace for price action for next week. So we are going to be taking that into consideration on Monday while we monitor how price action will be reacting to the 1.2440 level, after which we are going to be making a well-informed decision um, at the beginning of the week. If you enjoyed the content and found it helpful, I kindly ask for your support. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up by hitting the like button. Your likes are incredibly valuable and they help the video reach more people who may find it beneficial. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. By subscribing, you will be notified whenever I upload new videos, ensuring that you never miss out on the latest updates. So let's see how things plays out in the coming week, and trust me, I will be with you in the comment section of all of my trading platforms to give you an update on what our next line of action will be. Do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye bye.